Greetings everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm Lady Starfire and I'm here today to bring you some more witchy tips. Today I want to talk to you. I've talked about this way in the past, so I'm going to try to recover some of this again in a little different format. I want to talk to you about the fakes out there, okay? Fake readers, fake spells, fake people saying they're going to work spells for you, whatever. Okay. Now, first I want to tell you, I'm not saying there's not some legit people out there, because there are. I have met some really wonderful people, even through YouTube, that do great. Okay. One of the ways to tell whether somebody is true or fake, let's just go ahead and cover the ones out there claiming to work spells for you or selling some ungodly stuff. If somebody says, yes, I can work that love spell for you, and I guarantee you're going to get him or her or whatever, okay? Send me $200 or $500 or whatever. Delete. Move on. Because there's a 99.99999% chance they are a fake. Number one, people shouldn't work spells for other people, okay? It's just really simple. If you want something bad enough, number one, you should do it yourself. Number two, most of the time, anytime anybody's trying to charge you some outrageous amount of money, they're usually a scam, they're a fake, or, money hungry, whatever. Most of them, you're lucky if they even so much as light a candle. Okay? Now, there are some out there that, they'll show you these candles burning and whatever, and they're probably sending 20 people the same pictures. You just don't know, or video or whatever, okay? Be careful doing these kind of things online. Social media is full of them, okay? So my advice to you is find somebody that knows what they're doing. If you don't know what to do, okay, you can come to somebody like me. Even everybody that owns a metaphysical shop doesn't always know what they're doing, okay? If you got some 20-something-year-old in there, chances are everything they know came out of a book or off social media, okay? Once in a while, there's some young ones that have been raised up in it and maybe know what they're doing. So, make sure that you're not getting taken, okay? If somebody is trying to tell you that you got to buy all of this stuff to get this one thing done, most likely they're a fake, or they're just trying to take your money, okay? Quit giving away your money, okay, to people that aren't really helping you. I get people come in here that have sent people thousands of dollars and nothing has happened, and they come to me and, a candle, 2, 3, maybe, whatever, depending on what the situation is, and we get the problem resolved. Or maybe they weren't supposed to have that to begin with. And if that's the case, that's what I tell them. Do a good cleansing, move on, something, okay? So it's just really important that y'all stop being taken by these people, right? Unfortunately, there are so many scammers out there. We see it every day. They're scamming elderly people out of their, life savings, other people, through the apps and different things. And they sound legit and they sound great and they make all these promises. And I promise you, I'm with such and such. I just need, access to this. Next thing you know, people see their bank accounts going down to zero. Okay. It's the same type of thing. It's just in the magical world. Okay. Unfortunately, scammers are out there everywhere, and not everyone is ethical. If you walk into my store, number one, if what you're telling me that you want to do, I deem as black magic, I won't help you. Real simple. Okay. I'm going to, if it's, you come in, and we figure out what your situation is, I'm going to give you a list of things to choose from. You know your budget. I don't. I'm going to go, you can do it this way and it costs this way and it costs that, this way and it costs this. You can do as much or as little as you want and whatever you feel comfortable with. That's why I make different types of candles. not everybody's comfortable with a 7-day jar candle burning for a week. Or maybe they've got cats or small children or other people that would try to blow it out or something, okay? So those are not a good option for them. So I have another type of candle that, still, it's going to last you probably, a week and a half, 2 weeks, but you can put it out every day. Then I have another type that it's done in about 3 to 4 hours. So, there's all different ways of doing it. You know your budget. You know what your comfort zone is, and then there's stones and crystals and incense and oils and, all sorts of things that you can do. But it takes somebody that's honest. It takes someone who cares actually about you and not how much money you're going to spend. And it takes somebody who knows what the heck they're doing, okay? Quit listening to the hype and all the BS that's out there, okay? Do what is right. And remember that you're going to get back out of something what you put in it. Have people come in here wanting to know if I'll work this love spell for them. No, not for any amount of money will I do it. I will show you what you need. I'll sell you the product and I'll tell you how to do it. But if you really want this, you want your soulmate to come to you, you got to put the energy in it. What good's it going to do for me to do it? My energy is going in there trying to project for you, okay? Well, if my energy is getting mixed up in there, how do we know that dude won't show up on my doorstep and then my husband wants to kill him or something, or I want to? I didn't call you. You're supposed to be over there. Well, the energy brought me here, okay? So do your work yourself, okay? Quit paying people to do stuff that most likely they're not even doing, all right? Just don't. Unfortunately, our world is full of scammers and fakes, okay? And with the internet and AI and all the other, electronic type things out there, it just keeps getting worse, okay? Mind your money. And remember, figure it out, learn. Go to somebody that knows what they're doing, not a bunch of spell books, because if you don't know how to decipher the stuff and figure out what's right or wrong and how to make it your own, they're going to get you in trouble too, okay? So be careful of those. All right, so the next one I was wanting to talk to you about is the fake readers. God, there are so many of those out there now. Now, granted, there are some people out here that do some really good work with cards. I know there's one lady that, watches a lot of my videos. She does specific things that is out there. She tells you this is for this sign, this one is for this sign. I mean, she'll let you know. She's not out there trying to take your money. She's giving you information just like I do. And she's great. I've watched quite a few of her things, and I go to stuff she puts out strictly about my sign. And it's been pretty right on point, the things I've watched. So, she's really good. And I'm sorry right now I can't think of her name. I will look it up and try to pop it on here somewhere. I'm horrible with names. Y'all know that. But anyway, she really is good. She's a good one to watch. Now, I know that, I don't know, I assume there's some there's probably some on YouTube, but I know Facebook has some, TikTok definitely has them, and there's probably some on Instagram, all the different social medias. And you see them out there, they got the cards, and they're doing all of this, and whatever pops out is what they read. Now, when I'm reading cards and something happens to pop out, usually it's because my hand's screwed up, but, I always do look. It may have some bearing. I put it back in the deck, and I keep shuffling, okay? Because usually when I'm doing them, I'm clearing them because my client is the one that shuffles for their reading. So if something pops out, maybe it's a message for me, maybe it's a message for them, I'll look at it, put it back. But those are not the cards I read. Now, I know there's some people do that out there, and maybe it works for them. I'm not going to say it's wrong. It's wrong for me. I don't see it as being the best way to read. Okay, that's just me. Of course, when they're doing this, they're doing it online. So the client isn't there to shuffle the cards and put their energy in it. Also, when you've got somebody that's built up their followers and they got 400 people in a live room, and they're shuffling these cards, and they're like, okay, this is for Sagittarius. You know how many Sagittarius are probably in that room of 400 people? Probably a lot. Let's just say there was only 20. That's still a lot of people. You don't know the mentality of these people, okay, or what their life situation is. So you're reading along, and this Sagittarius's spouse is cheating on them, and you need to be careful, and you need to do this, da da da. Chances are none of them are in there, but there might be one. But now we have the other 19, because out of 400, remember, I only said 20 were Sagittarius. We're going to go on the low scale. So now you have 19 other people that this has nothing to do with. Now, granted, these people will say, if this doesn't seem to equate to you, keep scrolling or go on or whatever. People don't. They still want to watch. It's like a train wreck. They don't turn away, okay, because it might be something for me in there, whether it is or not. So now they're listening to all this stuff for this Sagittarius, which they are, and they're a pessimist. And maybe a couple things seem to kind of go, he's been late a couple times, or she's been this or that or whatever, okay? So now all of a sudden, this whole reading is all about you. When in reality, none of it is about you, other than the fact that it's about a Sagittarius. And now, because you think this is about you, you go off the deep end. You start accusing your other half of doing all these things, and they're like, what the? I'm not doing anything. Remember, when I was late, I stopped by the store because you told me we needed milk. You know, and they're not doing anything wrong. But now you're not trusting them. You know, and you possibly end your whole relationship because of some stupid reading that had nothing to do with you. Okay? So this is why I don't like those kinds. You know, do a lot of them put out some good information? Yeah. You know, very possibly. Okay? I don't trust it. Now, if they want to do a reading and it's strictly a one-on-one online, okay. As long as they're legit, okay. But not in a room with 400 people. Number one, how are you possibly going to pick up the energies of one person? And to me, you as the reader that is doing this is putting yourself at risk, karmic risk. Because you're putting this out there, even though you put your little disclaimer at the beginning, doesn't matter. Unless you're seeing half or more of those people drop out, ain't nobody paying attention to your disclaimer. So now what's happening is these people's relationships start going down, or maybe they're so psychotic that they go and kill them or something because they think they're cheating. All right. That is your karma because you created that monster. So now for you that is doing that type of reading, it's your karma. And I don't care if you believe in karma or not. Karma believes in you. Do the right thing. And those of you out there that like to watch those, watch it like you would any movie. Okay? Treat it just like it's a movie and that's all. It's something to watch and then you're done. Do not take it at heart. Unless you are having a one-on-one reading, whether it's in person, over the phone, video, prefer video as opposed to over the phone because at least then you can see the person's face. You know, and you know if they're sitting there reading some script or actually reading your cards, okay? Because a lot of them do that too. They've got a script, and if you ever listen to them, oh my God, some of those 800 number, 900 number things, they have scripts because the whole point is to keep you on the phone longer. The longer you're on the phone, the more money they make, okay? Can you tell I really dislike scammers and fakes out there? Because they give all the rest of us a bad name. We used to have, well, we thought that it was like 3 or 4 different ones. Come to find out she was all the same one. We figured this out when she died. But she scammed more people around here. Everybody that went to her had stepped off in some hex or curse and you know, they needed to buy these $3,500 crystals or go get her layaway out or some kind of garbage so that she could fix it. Okay. And they would say, when they got totally scammed and realized nothing good was happening, they would then come to me, and tell me about it. And I'm like, why are you giving this woman thousands of dollars? That's crazy. Or they come to me because they're scared because they don't have the money. And the way that she worked was, well, don't you have credit cards? Don't you have family you can borrow it from? Can't you go borrow the money? And when you didn't, if you were dumb enough to give her your phone number, she would call you and threaten you. And what was going to happen if you didn't come up with that money and bring it in? Okay? These kind of people are scammers. But even they would tell me, well, but she was so right on with some of the readings. No, she wasn't. You gave her the information. Okay? They know the things to do, and they're trained in reading body language. When I do a reading for somebody, I'm generally looking at the cards, or I'm looking off over here because I'm listening to my guides. And if I'm looking at you, if you start nodding or something or whatever, it breaks my concentration on listening, okay? And I don't ever want anybody to think that I'm reading their body language or their facial expressions, because I'm not. I'm listening to my guides and I'm looking at my cards. And I look off over here and I always let them know, I'm not ignoring you. I look over here because I can hear better, because your facial expressions can distract me. Okay? So, when you go to a reader and they're coming off with generic bull crap that says, I bet you've lost someone. And you're going to start nodding with them, because who the heck hasn't? Okay? And then they'll start trying to weed in, and it's like, well, I'm picking up a man, and you're like going, you start that slight shaking your head, or, no, or something. And it's like, maybe it's just really a kind of a more masculine woman or something, or, they'll come up with some kind of crap to cover their butt on it. Okay. So, don't fall for this stuff. Okay. Whether it's in person, on social media. Everybody and their dog is getting on social media now trying to make a buck. And for the legit ones out there, I praise you. Great job. Unfortunately, there's a whole lot out there that are just after money. And they will tell you anything, keep you coming back, and either paying them or hitting all those little cool little emoji things that, every one of them gives them money. Okay? Because you're paying them. Because, oh, you're so great. You do such a great job. How do you know they're great? If all you're doing is watching this, just because they sound like they're good, is because they rehearse this stuff. It doesn't mean that they're good or they're legit or anything else. Okay? So, weigh it out before you simply start turning over your hard-earned cash. Okay? That's my thing. I just want to protect y'all. I don't want you out here getting scammed. I'm not trying to put down the legitimate ones out there. Unfortunately, it's gotten to the point that it's hard to tell who's legit and who isn't. Okay? So, I guess one of the advantages to a phone reading is they can't read your body language, but you also can't see them. Okay? So, just think about this stuff. All right? Figure out what's right and what's not. And while you're figuring out all of that, and if you paid any of these people money, click my like down here and subscribe. Hit the bell if you want to get notified with every reading, and leave me some comments. Let me know what's happened. Let me know how things have worked out for you in some of these readings, online readings of some sort, Did you see good ones that for sure are good? Did you get taken by some of them? Leave me some comments and let me know. Because like I said, I've seen a lot of them out there. I have one person that I send people to. She used to read here, but she moved to another state, and she'll do readings for you. If you're not, local to her, she'll do readings for you over the phone. She'll do them through video chat. And let me tell you something, this woman is awesome. She is about as best as they come. The things she can see and know is amazing. Okay. If you're interested, you can go out on my website, scroll down on that first page down at the bottom and look for Kita. And there's a phone number there that you text her first. She also works, regular jobs. So you send her a text. When she gets an opportunity, she'll answer you back. She's going to tell you to send a picture because that's how she connects to you first. Decide if you want it by phone or video, and then she'll schedule a time for you. And like I said, I promise you, you will be amazed. For those of you who want to know about your spirit guides and things like that, she's the one to go to because she's awesome. I don't do that part. That is all her. So check her out if that's something that you're truly interested in. I've known her for, 20 something years now. So like I said, I know she's good. Anyway, go check her out. Be cautious out there. Don't get taken. All right. And remember, you always have a safe place to come. If you're unsure about something, ask me. I'll do my best to help you. And just remember that when all else fails, I love you and I'm here. And I wish you all the best and safe from all the scammers out there of any kind, magical and not. And until the next video, blessed be.